In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I analyze my Google Ads campaigns the right way so that I can scale e-commerce brands to the next level. I've been doing Google Ads for over 4 years now, and what I've understood from doing all these Google Ads campaigns, from running Google Ads for now over 300 e-commerce brands, is this Google Ads campaign analysis issue stems from 3 major things. The first one is you simply don't know what metric to look at. Now, Google Ads is very different from Facebook and is very different from TikTok. If you try to use the same strategy, it's simply not gonna work. But the second thing that really causes this issue is you don't know what the metrics actually mean. You might know how to optimize generally, you might have a team doing it for you, but on a top of the funnel level, you really have no idea what each of these metrics with Google even mean. And a third and most important issue is you know how to look at the data, but don't really know what to do with it or how to optimize it. Basically, all of the tactical things you must do after the analysis is complete. And first things first, you need to understand what metrics to even start by looking at. And you can pause this video for a quick second to take a screenshot of these specific metrics, but these are the very main metrics we're always using to not only optimize the campaigns and analyze them, but also to scale them to the next level. Things such as impressions, clicks, average cost per link click, CTR, cost, the cost per purchase, which means cost per conversion, and of course the conversions, how many sales you got in total from your campaigns, what the conversion value for these is, conversion rate, search impression share, ROAS, which is return on ad spend, and second to final thing, average order value followed by click share. These are the only metrics you need with Google Ads to scale. That's it. But just having those things is not enough. You need to know what they even mean. And I'm gonna just go over the major ones very briefly, because majority of these should be pretty straightforward, such as conversions, conversion value, conversion rate. Now, a lot of e-commerce brand owners don't realize what search impression share is. It tells you how much search impressions, meaning how many eyeballs your ads are getting compared to what's available in the market for your products in total and in general. So let's say, for example, you're in the baby niche selling baby diapers only, and in total there's 100 people searching for baby diapers within Google at any given time. Well, if your search impression share is 35%, that means out of 100 people, 35% of those people, meaning 35 people, saw your ad in the first place. That's what search impression share is. And then this is followed by click share, which is the same thing as search impression share, but in terms of clicks, out of the total available clicks in the market for that niche or industry, how many clicks your ads are getting. And in this case, out of 100 clicks, if there's 100 possible, we're getting less than 10 here on average. So those are the main metrics we look at. What is the ROAS? And for a lot of the brands we handle, we go by the ROAS metric. If the break even is a 3x or a 2x, we know how the ads are performing based on that number. For this brand, the break even ROAS is a 3x and we're at a 4.05x. So it's doing fairly decent at the moment. But let's look at the last 14 days to really understand the ROAS. So for example, last 14 days, the ROAS has increased, and in the last 7 days, the ROAS has actually gone down again. So it has gone down to 4.09x. Let's say we need to analyze why this is happening. Well, first things first, anytime we start analyzing campaigns, we understand what is our search impression share doing. And I like to compare it to the previous period every single time, because search impression share and click share, those are your 2 major metrics which let you know, are you reaching more of an audience or are you reaching less of an audience? So for example, it says search impression share last 7 days went down. Click share basically was the same. Essentially, it was still less than 10%. So really here, search impression share is letting us know that it's going down, which means that maybe there's new competitors entering the market, or maybe our bids, if we change something, if we made something more restrictive, or if we added too much target ROAS, or whatever the case might be, well, that's going to negatively impact our campaigns. And now we know that we need to be a little bit less restrictive and set the campaign free a bit more. But these things are what we look at when it comes to analyzing the campaigns, but this is ultimately going to be based on what the ROAS values are doing here. Now, our major performance max campaign is actually doing very well. The ROAS is improving, the conversion value is also improving. So these are good signs. When we're analyzing, we're trying to understand, is our ROAS going up? That's the first thing you want to understand. Is the ROAS going up and is conversion value staying the same or going up? If the answer is yes there, then that means you're ready to scale this campaign. But let's say the ROAS is going down, conversion value is the same or it's decreased. Well, now you need to do a bit more digging in terms of looking at search impression share, click share, and then going inside and maybe looking at the change history to see some of the changes done there, if something needs to be improved, if some change needs to be gone back on, because sometimes not every change is good. You might need to go back on a change. For example, if this change had resulted in bad numbers, then we would have to go back to this target ROAS set here. So once you are done with that analysis of understanding that value, if it's going up or down based on number one, conversion value, number two, ROAS, then you look at the deeper level of things such as the search impression share, click share, and just the overall things like click-through rate. These are the second steps of our analysis where we're trying to understand and decipher where the issue is arising. So if the ROAS is going down, is the click-through rate also going down? Because if that's going down, that means less number of people are now clicking on our ads, which means it may be time to redo our ads. Maybe they're becoming stale, or maybe a new competitor entered the market, so on and so forth. So it's really about, first of all, taking a very top of the level view of your cost, of your conversion value, conversion rate, even if it's going up or down, and then ROAS most importantly. Then going down this funnel, looking at each metric one by one as you go down deeper and deeper into the funnel. Then you start by attacking the ads and either improving your products themselves or improving the campaigns on the top level. That's how we take every single one of these campaigns. Now, let's say you get to the bottom of the funnel and you understand that, hey, the CTR is going down, search impression share is also going down, and everything's just going down, everything's going wrong. What is the next step to the optimization? First and foremost, you need to understand that optimizing your campaigns and analyzing them, all of these things should be done one by one. So once you analyze something, you need to understand what is that one metric you want to start focusing on improving. If it's CTR, for example, then you could start by improving your product images or by doing a bit more keyword research to have more keywords within your product titles, so on and so forth. If it's search impression share, well, search impression share only goes down when your ads are reaching a smaller portion of the audience and less people are viewing it, which means maybe you added a restriction recently, or maybe your budget is too low right now, or maybe your bid is just too restrictive in general. So it's all about analyzing first and then optimizing. But this is exactly what we do for e-commerce brands we work with under my Google Ads agency, Euro Marketing, which, by the way, if you're doing $40,000 or more per month in revenue, you need just a little bit of extra help scaling your brand to the next level. Go onto my website at euromarketing.com and schedule a free call with me to see how we can essentially work together and make that happen. But be sure to like this video if you found any type of value from it, subscribe if this is the first time you're watching any one of my videos, and check out my 5 best performance max campaign strategies right here, which can help you take your brand to the next level.